And five, let's get cranked up here in the 5 o'clock hour. Still on the bear search, trying to find our buddy the bear. Should we just name him Buddy? Buddy's a cute
Oh,
name.
keep it in the stick with Hank, man. Like, why you
Okay, all right. I'm
be
sorry,
confident
man.
in it? Be
Okay,
confident in it.
thank you, AJ.
Hank the
We're
bear.
gonna call him Hank.
Yes.
So our bear Hank, he's just on the loose somewhere around the 280 area, and we keep getting sightings this afternoon. It's kind of dominated the show. We got world events, we got wars and stuff to talk about. We got Hank the bear though.
Now
And that's
the
important.
caller, I just remember what the caller was saying. He was saying that he did spot the bear at a Starbucks, and he has purple
Oh,
hair.
really?
Yeah.
He's the purple hair bear now.
Right. He's a Care Bear now. Care Power.
Yes, could I have a soy half calf, lav calf, calf with the pumpkin spice? These poor people. I said it yesterday in this heat, man. I feel sorry for the Starbucks kids. You always go in there and you'll see some stupid kid with a toboggan on in July, or that goth. You know those goth clothes. These anime kids that wear all the black. They're all white, pasty white too. By the way, they hadn't seen the sun in forever. Man, I feel sorry for them this time of the year. I'm like, change up the wardrobe, son. Try some flip flops. Okay, all right. We've got a new sponsor, and I'm always excited to do a big introduction when we start a new sponsorship campaign on the show. And this one's going to be very personal for me. And let me explain. I have never done one of these prepared food kind of programs ever. Generally, I have been able to I can work it off. I know what my metabolism is. I'm pretty active. But I'm going to tell you, man, as I approach 60, did I just say that out loud? The body starts to change, and I need some guidance. And there's two parts to this. The sponsor. Let me just give you the sponsor details, and we'll just talk about the story. Is Project Lean Nation, okay? And the location in particular, they've got locations all around the country, but it's the one in Homewood. This is where I want you to go. When I found out that Forrest was involved in this, I was like, okay, I gotta know more because he has been in the fitness industry his whole life. He and his wife are just fit people and smart folks and good people, listeners to the show. But they have opened up a Project Lean Nation in downtown Homewood, right there on the main drag, not too far down from our friends at Mandu. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I've already tried these meals and I'm excited about it. And I'm dragging my wife into it as well. Not that she needs it, but this is more than weight loss. It's about just being healthy. Yeah, I could lose a few and I'm working on it. And I think this is going to help. But to me, it's taking the decision making out of everything. You're still eating incredibly good meals and you've got the health benefits of all the nutritional stuff's been thought through so that everything else you do, when I'm trying to get my workout in or get a little run or walk in or do a little bit of lifting, I can't do what I used to do back in the day. I just shouldn't. The meal problem is always where I cave in. It's where I go wrong. And honestly, let's be honest. If you're a husband-wife team, y'all enable each other. Be real. You enable each other. I'm not calling out Jessica, but she is prone to want a cookie like at 10 o'clock at night while we're watching TV. I'm just saying. And AJ, if she has one, I have to do it too, right? Because I got to be, we got to be together.
It just balances everything out.
Yeah, sure. But that's killing us. So, so they reached out, wanted to come on the show, and they wanted me to participate in the meal plan. I thought, well, I've never done that. That seems gimmicky. So I went and talked to him and began to understand how this is very different because these really are. And here's what happened. We took some of these with us on the road trip. In advance of them coming on to the show when I got back so that I could know about the products. And we started listing the ones we like, the ones we like more or less. And I'm going to do it. AJ, you've done something similar to this in the past. And the thing is, for me, it's not just like weight loss, but I want to eat healthy. I want to live a long time. I want to take some of the thinking out of what I eat every day when I'm in a hurry, because that's when I cave in. I'll get in a hurry, and next thing you know, I'm in a drive-through. And I'm getting to supersize something stupid because we're all like that. Our lives can kind of take over, especially this time of the year. On the road, some of those broadcast days, it was everything I could do to you have to time the whole trip to get to the next camp out location, to be able to check in, to be able to turn around and get all the gear and get it to the spot we've got set up and load all that in. And there's no time to eat there. There were at least, we did about 15 of those shows. There at least 7 or 8 of them I had no time to eat between driving, which is hard to eat while you're driving, and setting up the gear. My hands were busy. I was busy. But we had these Project Lean Nation prepared meals with us, and they were just godsends. We would microwave them. They come in these microwavable containers. Takes 2 minutes, and I would eat. I would just eat them on the fly, and then I would just stop and look at her and go, "This is amazing." The food was good. I felt better the days we were trying those. We were just sampling. We weren't on the full-fledged program, but I got excited about it to get home and go full bore, order the whole meal plan, and stick to it and see what the change is. And some of y'all will relate to this. It's one thing to worry about what the scale says. It's another to just get up and feel good every day, have the energy, know that those choices are just done. You still have the choice of which meals you like, but what's in there has been thought about. You're not reading labels and counting calories and doing the stuff that's always just going to fail in the end. So go with us on the journey. We're both going to try it. I'll give you feedback from her too, and we'll start on those in full-fledged this week. Today's their introduction to the audience. But if you want a better way to do this and really have food that's edible, I mean, they've even got desserts. AJ, they got these little like cookie dough bite things. I'm like, I can't. We got some of those. I'm like, I can't believe this is good. This could be healthy, but it is. So they help you with things like that to knock out the cravings when you're in between meals, because that's where a lot of us fail too. I'm a snacker. I will snack all day long, and this is the solution to that. I do believe it's going to work for us because we enjoyed the meals. We're excited about the partnership. You just will not meet two finer people than the Forrest Holden and his family. They're just these are folks that know what they're doing. They're not just business people. These are the kind of friends that you ask advice of because they're healthy and have been in this industry for a long time, so they're experienced and they can help put together a whole plan for you. So I've still got to go do the sort of check in and get the app and do my part of the tracking and see how we do. But I'm not too old to admit when I need help. I mean, sometimes I get hard headed, but I'm at the stage of life where I can't just count on my own instincts with this stuff. And honestly, let me throw this in too. I know I'm talking a long time about this, but I'm really excited about this product. There's so much junk in the food we eat. It's just poisonous, and you've got to go. We've done the whole shows on this. You got to go way out of your way to read the ingredients and do some homework and sort things out, and that is just such a time commitment. I get lazy and don't do it, and I want to eat healthy. I don't want this junk. I don't want this poison. These foods are healthy. They're prepared, flash frozen, so they can hold for as long as you need them to, and they'll box them up for you once you got your plan going and your menu. You just go by and pick up the whole thing. They showed me the whole facility before we left for the road trip, all the deep freezes and how they organize it. They hand you a box and you're set. Man, all the thinking and stress of sticking to your diet is over. They've already thought about it for you, and that's wonderful to me. So welcome them to the show. Y'all go visit them. They're probably still open for a little while this afternoon. If you're in the Homewood area, pop in. But otherwise, you're going to hear a lot about them here on the show, and I'll keep you up with the progress and let you know how we're doing, how we're feeling. That feels good especially going into the biggest challenge of the year to me is always the holiday food, dude. Holiday food and the tailgate food, AJ. I am one to get together with my friends and want to just eat junk while the ball games are on. And I got a better way to do it this year. I'm excited. AJ, I'm going to be so healthy and skinny, you're going to be like, dude, did you just get younger? I just know it's going to happen. It's Project Lean Nation. Again, they're downtown Homewood. If you know the downtown Homewood area, they're right up there at the, not at the top of the hill, the other end of Homewood, kind of going back toward Vulcan. It's that end of the main drag in Homewood. Y'all can easily look them up, and don't go anywhere else. Go there. Go see Forrest at that location. That's the one that they own, and you're going to love it. You're going to love getting to know them too and working with these folks. So welcome to the show. We'll see how it goes as we move through the days and weeks ahead and head toward fall. All right, let's go back. Let's backtrack just a little bit and see how we're doing. Man, it's been a show. The bear really took over the show, and AJ's insisting that we continue. I just blurted out Hank. We're going to call him Hank till we find him.
Hank the bear.
He may not ever get found. He may just find his way out out of the suburbs and get away from the traffic, which is probably what he's trying to do.
Maybe he's Gen Z. He wants to know what the urban life is like.
He's just trying to. He's looking for a party.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, is there any microbrews? I don't like IPA. That's so 2024. We've given all kind of personalities to this poor old bear. And I continue to get feedback from people online about it because so many people were onto this story before I saw it. It, of course, started on social media, and it's the combination of constant cameras everywhere. But I'll tell you, sometimes my cameras will arm themselves at night, but I'll sort of forget to check them, and unless some alert or something goes off, I'm gonna be looking for the bear. Because he generated pretty much very, very close to where I live. There's a huge undeveloped area of woods very near me, which it's amazing after all these years I haven't seen a black bear roaming around there anyway. But again, just to update you for those that just tune in, we think it's an adolescent male bear, probably kicked out of his house by his mom, who's stressed out. She's going through some things herself. Didn't want his smart mouth.
Man.
She's like, okay, so while you're grown, why don't you go out there and get a job and get on your own?
Yeah.
Every family has to go through this.
I taught you how to get your honey. Taught you how to get some food.
Now go out there and get yours, son.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Mm-hmm. Just don't come back.
Just get out of the den.
Yeah.
It's my den now. It's me time.
Get thee behind me, Hank.
I could keep going with that. I'd probably get in trouble if I keep going with that. So anyway, so he's out there roaming around looking for a place to be, man. He doesn't want to fight with the other bears, but he'd like a little bear love if he can find something. So he's on the hunt.
Yep.
Probably eating. It's hot. I'm sure he's looking for water. But he got spotted. The first place I think he popped up was along the 280 corridor up on the mountain near Eagle Point. Then he spent some time around 119 for sure. I think he probably shortcutted over through to the Meadowbrook area from there. I'm not sure he went down the main highway. Probably not. So he cut through all those neighborhoods. He somehow wound up at some point this afternoon around the Legacy Credit Union because he was spotted everywhere. People taking pictures from their cars.
I heard I could get a loan.
Hey, could you tell me what your interest rates are today?
I saw a nice little property. Yeah. maybe
AJ, just one of our callers said he's looking for somewhere to live. We just assume he's house hunting.
Right.
He's like on one of those reality shows.
Hey, we know we got Stockton here. You can help you out with that.
I'll ask Thomas about that here in just a little bit when we get Stockton Mortgage Zone. Do y'all? It's come throw Thomas off because he's probably
like any bear equity.
Yeah, he's probably not listening right now. But I'm going to ask him cold when he gets on. Say, do y'all make loans to bears?
Oh, is it a bear market?
Oh, AJ, you beat me to it, man. Jim is on the cell phone. What's up, Jim?
How you doing?
Hey, man.
I'm glad you had such a great trip.
Thank you. That was a whole lot of driving.
I bet it was. We're talking about weight loss. I'm 76 years old. I was 246 for most all of my life until I was 71. And then I decided, just like you, it's time to do something. You want to live a while. And so what I did was I eat anything I want for breakfast, and I eat my lunch, anything I want at 1 o'clock, and then I don't eat till the next day at breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm down to 177 right now.
Good for you.
I'm not athletic. I don't walk. I don't run. I don't, I'm not married. So, I do work full time. I deliver auto parts. And that's about it for my extent exercise. But I feel absolutely great just by doing that. I've done that now for about 4.5 years.
Well, that's good. We all have to kind of forage our way like our friend Hank the Bear and find what works for us. And I will just say, as my metabolism changes and age starts to happen, the stuff I used to do that I've done for years just does not work. And so I got to try I got to shake it up and do like you and try to find something else that works.
I played hockey for 15 years in Detroit. I was really short. I'm 5'10", but I was real stout. And I decided I don't want to carry it with me anymore. What I did was I grabbed 4 10-pound bags of sugar, which was 40 pounds, and I walked around the store with it. And I thought, well, this is ridiculous. This is heavy.
Yep.
And I knew that's what I was carrying in excess of.
That's
you
your
know?
weight. Yeah. You're
And,
carrying that around for sure.
Well, that was what got me started. And since then, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a whirl, do my own thing, and I did it. And like I said, I'm never hungry. Just my stomach shrank to the point where, in fact, I don't even care about food anymore. I don't make food a habit.
Yeah. It's
If I
just
want a
fuel.
Coke in the evening, I drink one. But that's all.
Well, God bless you, Jim. I appreciate you sharing your story with the audience because it's good to, especially at your age, that it's possible to still feel good and to keep after it and keep trying to new things. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, buddy. Just got to, man, I'm looking at the clock going, I'm going to run out of room. Hey, man, I've got another pretty exciting announcement for folks that live out our way. I'll tell you about that here in just a minute. Birmingham Broker, again, I reached out to Craig today and said, are you able to go back into your business? He goes, no, not yet. They've got that whole area down there. And I'm just mentioning this because we've got 3 wonderful sponsors right there in that same area where they've been chasing down this gas smell in Birmingham. Again, just an update because we were talking about that a lot yesterday. They believe it's some kind of underground fuel tank that's kind of not registered or off the books. Somebody had just put down there at some point that's begun leaking. So it's not natural gas. It's not Southern gas. It's not going to, we don't think it's explosive, but it is hazardous. So they got to get it figured out. They're still working on it. So just know that. But in the meantime, y'all can always reach out by phone and online to Birmingham Broker and start working with them on getting your car sold. It's a wonderful service to have somebody do this for you and get that ride off your back so you can move on to the next one. It's like you got people now. You don't have to do all this stuff yourself. And Craig's a wonderful dude. So is Keith, the whole team down there, getting it done. They had a lot of cars starting to show up, but they had at one point a couple weeks ago, they sold everything they had. It was gone. So that's how good they are. They'll get that car moved, get you a check. Life is good. BehamBroker.com, BehamBroker.com. Back in a minute. Man, this heat today, it's going to come with some big old bills as well, big old utility bills. If you take your bill that's coming up after this heat wave, maybe you should just look at it. Sometimes they'll tell you in advance what it's going to be before they bill you, especially at Alabama Power. But take 35% of that, and would you like a 35% discount? Just asking. What about for the whole year? Start to add up the winter months when the bills spike as well. EcoView windows and doors, and this applies also if you're on gas in the winter. When your home's more efficient, you don't burn as much fuel. That means lower utility bills. That also means you're not wearing out your systems that heat and cool your home. EcoView Windows so believes in the products they sell. They'll tell you that they can save you 35% on those utility bills over the first 12 months after you get the install done. They've just got solid windows that will take care of usually the leakiest part of a home is going to be around the windows. I mean, if you think about it, they're just holes in the wall. And if you've got old single pane windows, that's just dated technology. Man, that technology goes back 1,000 years. Let's get proper windows in there with double pane, triple pane, sometimes gas filled, easy to open, easy to close. That's a safety issue too. You got to be able to get your windows open sometimes. And of course, you can let the fresh air in during the nicer times of the year. It's EcoView Windows. Reach out to Becky and her team. Let them come give you a free estimate, and they'll take care of you. EcoViewWindows.com. Man, I'm excited about this. Now, many of you have been following the collapse of the Fajarcas restaurant group, all the various restaurants that we all love around town that went belly up, some have survived. But they had just developed a restaurant group down the road from me at Valley Post on 280 near Chelsea, kind of near that whole area where the Bears been hanging out. And they were trying to finally backfill those brand new buildings. I mean, it's just a well-done place, but the brands that were there all went out of business. And this is really exciting to me. So I love me some Rodney Scott's. Rodney Scott's was one of the barbecue joints that went out of business down there. And if you had to replace it with anything, Saw's Barbecue is, I think, the perfect fit. Another local barbecue. I know Rodney Scott's in South Carolina, but I consider him local because he made a name for himself in Birmingham as well. But I love Saw's. My son, I used to call him my New York son. He's now had to move to Chicago. He loves Chicago, but I say have to move to Chicago because I want him to come home with the baby and the family. But when he comes home, we will hit Saw's almost every time. He likes the one over in this near Irondale, I guess, one of the original ones. And that's just some good old soul food right there. Just an incredible chain. I used to hit the one over here in Homewood all the time for lunch because it's just right over the hill. They had a real quick white chicken with the white sauce, little sandwich. It was good on my diet. And love me some sauce. So they're going to go in the Rodney Scott location. So at least that'll be, I think that's 2. There's something called chicken and grease or chicken and cheese, or there's some other chain going in there too. I don't know where they're going. I forget the name of it, AJ.
Yeah.
But you'll have to come out to my end of town and we'll hit some Saws out there.
Yeah, definitely. Before all the this debacle, that's one of the spots I wanted to go check out was at Valley Post. Never got a chance to go out there, and then all this stuff happened.
I mean, it was like a minute, and it's so well done, but it was just they got caught up in the bigger picture, and so I'm glad. So there have been so many times we will go eat at Saw's, and I run him to the airport so he can get back to his home up there. But maybe he'll be excited that we got one near the house now. So very cool. That news just coming across in Birmingham. I guess that's a business story and a food story. All right, bottom of the hour. We got a lot to do, 30 minutes to do it. Y'all, let's see how it goes. 545-9950, Leland Live. Y'all stay tuned. All right, it's 5:35. Man, I'm disappointed we don't have Thomas tonight because I was going to set him up with that bear question.
Mhm.
Sometimes I like to throw him because he comes right out of sticking his face in a bunch of mortgage documents and then calls us. And sometimes I'm like, he has no idea what we've been talking about. This man's got a day job, and so I was going to hit him with it, AJ. But Thomas is probably doing exactly that right now, helping somebody get it done, get to the close. There are always deadlines and details that are part of that whole mortgage process, and that's what you get them to do for you. These guys are good. And it doesn't have to be real formal. Sometimes I don't want to do that. I got a lot of questions. I'm doing my homework. You ever get like that? Before you go filling out forms and pulling credit, and then I'm telling you, I'm warning you, if you go online to try to research interest rates, they're going to scrape your data. They're going to find out everything about you, and your phone's never going to stop ringing. You just call Stockton Mortgage and have a conversation with a live human being that can answer all your questions and get you pointed in the right direction, depending on what you want to do, whether it's a cash out or debt consolidation or all of these opportunities. Maybe you want to cash out a little money for the holidays and not put that on cards, get rid of some credit card debt, buy a new house, whatever you got going. They can help you with it at Stockton Mortgage. They've got a website set up just for this radio show. It's called SaveWithStockton.com. SaveWithStockton.com. Y'all reach out to Thomas and tell him we said, hey. Now, a couple of updates. First up, the other restaurant that's going to be down at Valley Post, I forgot the name of it, and one of our listeners, I think it was Tim, reached out and said it is Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about that chain? Is it a chain?
It is a chain.
Have you been there? You know
I have not been there, but there is a location in Pelham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's already one here. They're just going to expand. Well, good. I mean, that sounds fun.
I think it's in Pelham.
I wonder what they have there.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe chicken and beer?
Yeah, sandwiches.
How that works. Now I got so much temptation right down the road from me right after I'm starting Project Lean Nation this week in sincerity. But, yeah, sometimes they do allow – I talked to Forrest about that when we met, and they do allow you what, people refer to as sort of some cheat days where you can just eat kind of what you want and not be on the – the thing is, I'm not exaggerating. Their meals are so good, I'll probably just be good. I'm good. You're like, AJ, you want to go to Waldo's Chicken and Beer? I'm like, no, I'm already good. I'm skinny over here. Leave me alone. And then the bear, back to the bear for a minute, which AJ is falling in love with the name Hank. What if it turns out we have misgendered Hank?
Probably so.
It could happen.
Actually, I'm sorry. I think it's from there's a location for that Waldo's up in Vestivia.
Oh, okay. All right. My buddy Buzz tells me there's one in Cobb Heights as well. I'm just not. I need to get out more. As far as the bear, people are starting to. It appears to me, Photoshop the bear into. He's become such a sensation around Birmingham, particularly Shelby County. This afternoon, that people are photoshopping. Well, I'll just put it this way. One business that wound up in some of my social media feeds had put him in their showroom. He's a celebrity already. So the Shelby County Bear still on the loose this afternoon. Y'all look out for the little fella and help him on his way or call the right authorities, and maybe we can get him relocated to a fine home. All-American Metals next up on the show. Let me talk about those guys. Today alone, I got up this morning. I was up with the sunrise. I got a lot going on at the house with this construction. I had to do some driveway work with the tractor. I had to fix. AJ, I got my back window fixed on the tractor. I did that today. Got that in. But with the heat and the sun this morning and everything that was going on, I really needed my workshop just for a workshop. I use it for a home studio and a lot of storage stuff. But it was nice to back that sucker in there and do the work. I had the news blasting, had a big fan going, got that knocked out. It's really convenient if you have the room for it on your property to have your own dude space. I was talking to a guy today too who was telling me about some people he knows about that have where guys have these car projects where they work on their cars and somebody set up like a condo deal for that. Steel buildings, that's how you do it. Big roll-up door and a big steel building can be life-changing for you. I'm a fan of the product of steel. A lot of it, the cost effectiveness, the durability, how quickly the building goes up. I mean, once you got that foundation poured and everything ready to go. That building just goes up in days. You're dried in, and then you can do whatever other work you want to do with it. This friend I was talking to too is in the bit is in a related business, and hopefully a brand new sponsor that's coming on pretty soon as well. That you'll love to hear about. And he was telling me about how barndominiums are just becoming a rage. It used to be sort of a novelty to take the construction techniques of those kind of steel buildings and turn this barn, sort of integrated barn, into a nice residence. So on rural property, lake property, some neighborhoods, I'm not sure. I envision at some point somebody's going to do a whole barn dominium neighborhood. I bet they will. People that would want to have a design like that would want to. It'd be nice to have a whole community of folks that do those hobby things and build the barn dominium products. And they're beautiful. If you ever toured one or seen one, here's what I'm getting at. All American Metals should be your source for your metals. They're local, and I love that about nearly every single sponsor. Heck, it's all the sponsors on this show. Local folks, multi-generation, going to be here down the road, love what they do. Their identity is what they do, and they do it well. In the case of All American, their turnaround on the design work is just way faster than their competitors. It's very quick because you got to get the design and the production of the building. When you tell them to go, they go, and they produce that building in their factories where they have control of the whole supply chain, bring it to you on their trucks. Y'all, it is allamericanmetals.com, aa-metal.com. Let me give it to you correctly, aa-metal.com. Reach out to John or whoever answers the phone there on their team and get them started on your project. You will love having the space to do what you got to do, whether it's residential. And, of course, they do huge commercial. They do warehouse space. They do retail build-outs, mini storage, big for a while when I was doing commercial real estate, that was one of the better investments in the country per square foot for the rental rates you can charge. So, and it seems to be there's always a need for storage anywhere you want to park one. They'll put a whole plan together for you if you're an investor and you want to start putting those kind of buildings together. It's All American Metals, again, aa-metal.com. One of the bigger stories today that's kind of gotten buried, and it's a little bit of a political stunt, but I'll play ball, is the governor of Kentucky calling out Mitch McConnell, and particularly Mitch McConnell's team, to step up and prove whether he's alive or not. Those are my words. But the governor, he's a Democrat, and he didn't mince any words in the fact that their state does not have representation in the United States Senate right now because Mitch McConnell has been AWOL for 43 days. He's gone. Let me just ask y'all this. If you didn't show up for work for 43 days, would you still have your job? Maybe some of you have sick leave policies that would allow it. If you become infirm, maybe there are details. But there's a responsibility that's separate from somebody that's privately employed or anybody else that does any other kind of job. This is a duty. It's supposed to be a responsibility. If these positions are important, somebody needs to be there. He's not casting votes. He's not doing business. We've seen 2 photographs, him and his wife and something else. So Republicans are frustrated, especially Republicans that have been put out with people that have been put out with the turtle, as he has affectionately become known among Republican circles, because his head, AJ, he kind of looks like a turtle. Hey, by the way, one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time, and I'm sad that I did not think of this. There's a new condition for Mitch McConnell. He's no longer the turtle. Since he is gone, he's probably dead. We believe he is now Rigotortus.
Rigotortus.
I did not deliver that well. So much so that if anybody else wants to take a stab at that joke, maybe call in the morning show with that. Tell Richard and Val that joke tomorrow. They'll run with it. I say Rigotortus.
That's good. That's actually pretty
I didn't create it. I saw it on a meme and I snot bubbled. Laughed. So I don't mean to laugh at somebody's infirm condition because I just hope I live enough to get there one day. But this man has a responsibility. So the Democrat governor has called him out, directed the attention to the Senate leader, John Thune, to deal with the issue. So here's Thune also under some pressure to keep the Senate into session through the month of August. And before y'all get excited about that, and I really trying, I am fighting so hard, just being 100% cynical all day. I'm a little optimistic and become more and more just not jaded, but just I don't get my hopes up with these people anymore. I just cannot. They have let me down too many times. Here's what I'm getting at. So there's this movement today that sort of started with Senator Mike Lee. Our two senators piled in, and it's let's stay in Washington. We're not going to go home. Let's all stay in Washington. And so it looked like momentum was building. When we started the show, there were 11 senators, including Katie Britt and Tommy Tuberville. And I'll give them credit. I'm not going to poo-poo it because I know it's kind of a stunt. They know they're not going to stay there. They really do know the Senate is not going to stay in town for August. They're not going to do it. So it's easy to jump out there and go, hey, I support that. Just like when Katie Britt supported, I support Rick Scott. Not John Thune. And then Thune winds up, when they know the outcome, they can play the tough guy act. You ever seen a dog that'll be on one side of a screen door and he's a little badass, but then you open the door and the dog's suddenly nice? He's like, oh, I didn't really mean that. That's most of the Senate. So they're kind of posy a little bit with this idea that they're all going to stay in. They're going to form some kind of cabal and force the Senate to show up for work in the month of August. They're not. The count is up to 11. They only have 42 to go. If you don't count Mitch McConnell, they've got 41 to go. And they're not going to show up. I think Senator Graham's sister, who's now also Senator Graham, is saying she'll stay around town. And, part of me is like, well, good on them, at least trying to make the example. But here's the truth. They're not going to do it. You'll never get John Cornyn to stay in Washington for another month. This fool's already been bounced by his own state. He's just riding the clock till he can get a lobby job. And he's not going to hang around Washington during the whole. He's got plans. I'm sure he's got a vacay all planned. Most of them do. They don't want to cancel their personal convenience to stay around town. Plus, Thune's not for it. Then I can give you a list of other poons in the Republican caucus that will never do it. So don't get too excited. Applaud them, if you will, for trying to pretend to make a stand. But it's more of this sort of straw man politics that we get from particularly the Republicans in the Senate. Now, tomorrow, of course, big day with Fauci showing up. Let me poo-poo some of that, too. I am serving up a big old, I might as well be a Korean restaurant. I am serving the poo-poo platter. You order a poo-poo platter? Here, poo-poo platter. Big job for whole family. Fauci's not going to say anything tomorrow. I was getting excited, too. He's going to plead the fifth, and then they're going to say that he can't plead the fifth because he's got a pardon. And then he's going to say, well, it applies to this, not that. And then our lawyers are going to argue, and then they're going to try to stall. Meantime, the clock's ticking, and the Republicans will sit there and have their prima donna questions so they can look tough for 30 seconds. Here's what they do. Here's the game. You got 5 minutes. Your goal, should you choose to accept it, is to try to get a 30-second soundbite out of that 5 minutes that your staff can go turn around and put on social media so you can be a rock star. Ironically, they all want a Lindsey Graham moment. Remember when Lindsey Graham went all radar eyes on the Senate Democrats when they were trying to hijack Kavanaugh and smear the man unfairly, and he had enough, and he burst out in this hearing. Nobody saw it coming. He was so convicting. It was the thing that finally sent Kavanaugh over the top when they were trying to frame the man with a phony scandal. Kamala, Spartacus. Y'all remember that scene? How tense the whole country was over this made-up stuff from high school. These idiots. So Manzi, that day he was Manzi Graham. Sometimes he could be Pansy Graham. But that was his moment. In modern times, when it comes to Lindsey Graham and how he's all over the place, that was a pivotal moment for him, and it was an important moment for him. And everybody in the Senate has wanted that moment since. They just do. There are other moments you could point to. I don't mean a smarmy little funny sort of a Mark Twainism like Senator Kennedy out of South Carolina. Like, that's Phil, that's tits on a ball hog. I mean, stuff like that. No, I mean a moment. So they all want their moment so their staff can go prop up their egos. And there's no strategy in the questioning. If they were smart, they'd have a linear set of questions set up that goes from one senator to the next, where it might as well be one good person asking the questions. If they were even smarter than that, they would have counsel feeding them the questions in a sequence that builds a case. And then knowing that Fauci's going to dodge and the Democrats are going to try to do their best to kill time and filibuster and give him a back rub and a foot rub in between the tough questioning. But Fauci will get out of there tomorrow because the senators' egos are bigger than their love for the country, and they're not good at it. The only person that might even land a blow, the only moment that everybody will tune in for, is when Rand Paul gets a chance to ask this man questions he's already asked him before and lied about. And I will be watching that, hopefully, whenever that hearing starts tomorrow. But don't get too excited because they will let you down. I would just tell you, everybody in politics will eventually let you down. Douglas Cooling and Heating, next up here on the show, life-saving company. I mean, they really are. They're a company that they're life or death when it gets this hot. You cannot sleep. You can't even be in a modern, well-insulated house if the heating and air goes down. Our grandparents grew up in houses where you could throw open a couple of doors and windows and let a breeze in. Houses aren't built that way now. They're built for efficiency. Air goes down, you go down, life sucks. Get Douglas on the speed dial if you have emergency work. Here's what you need to know about them, too, the fundamentals of who Douglas is. This is a company, a family-owned company that's been around since 1972. They got 4.9 on the Google ratings, and those are important to a lot of companies out there. And they're straightforward on their approach. In other words, if they can fix it, they're going to fix it. They're going to show you how they can fix it and give you your options in writing where you can take that and comparison shop because they know what they're about. They publish their prices up front so you know what you're getting into. And they're going to do their best to earn your respect because if they get that, they can keep your business forever. When you do need an install, if they can patch you up, you'll go to them because you'll trust them. Trust is everything in that business. So reach out to Douglas for any of your work. They'll be doing some install work for me this year. I got some service work that needs to be done on one of the units, and I trust them to get it right and give me a fair price and keep me cool for the rest of the summer. Douglas Cooling and Heating, 20. Let me give you the website first, and then I'll give you that little legal number we have to give. It is calldouglas.com. Easy enough, calldouglas.com. License number 2017181. Calldouglas.com. Man, I gotta completely get out of here. Alabama Bass bringing you the show tonight, and John and I over there have a big phone call coming up maybe this week, and they've got some new things happening, some exciting things happening over at Alabama Bass. In the meantime, if you're losing mobility or have somebody in your life that is and needs to just make it easier to get that refreshing shower every day, reach out to them and let them just show off their superior product. These are slip proof. Everything's where it ought to be. If you start getting uneasy in there, there's a handle where a handle ought to be, shelving where you can get to your things, seats if you want to install those. This company stands behind what they do, and they are just wonderful at working with you in a low pressure way. Better prices than their competitors. It's a 2-day deal too, and I love that. You're not giving over your whole house to days of construction. They're in, they're out. You got a brand new system that's beautiful. Life is good. AlabamaBass.com down in Pelham. And then right up the road from there is, of course, the Thompson family and Allen and Company. Place to go for your holiday giving and anything else in your life. As we get into that part of the year, I'm so excited about it. I even saw a weather forecast where it may start cooling off just a little bit on Thursday, as we thought in the long-term trends, a little less humidity, a little less heat. And then I'm telling you, I'm going to hold my breath till Christmas, because it'll be here before you know it. And we'll be sitting in Allen and Company doing our Christmas show before you know it. So be thinking about it, be planning, be strategizing if you're going to do something big time this year, or it's an engagement. A lot of people do engagements in the holidays, and make Allen and Company your custom personal jeweler over in Vestavia. And once you get to know the Thompsons, you'll trust them with all your pieces to get work done. Sometimes you got to do cleanings and adjustments and missing stones and broken things. Allen and Company, right there in Vestavia on the Big Hill. Allen and Company. All right, we will see y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned. AJ, will we find Hank before tomorrow?
We'll see.
I bet he just fades on into the wilderness, goes on his way. We'll see y'all.
All right, stay tuned for Breaking Bread coming up next. Goodbye, AJ.